film of an event that took place 90,000 years BC ago at Hastinapur by the PM Bali, who was exiled from Ujjaini's reign. He performed the same malpracticing with monks here as well. This is an old saga from 90,000 years BC ago now. King Sridharma of Ujjaini was an exceptionally generous and good ruler. The public was largely happy and safe in the hand of the powerful king with his strong team of ministers, one famously named Bali. Once the caretaker of the king's garden informed the king about the arrival of 700 monks with Suvratacharya, group guru. King was happy to listen to the news, and his worn necklace was gifted to the informer. King also announced the adjournment of the court for today and bowed his head after moving 3 steps in the direction of their stay. Many also followed the same. 100 people proceeded with the king, but his prime minister Bali was somewhat reluctant and also opposed the visit in the honor of naked monks, and also their knowledge is fake. The king took the matter lightly and gently spoke to him about his poor understanding of the potentiality of monks. However, he had to accomplish with the king, but in reality, he did not like the whole episode going on. He rather wished for giving them a lesson. Based on clairvoyance knowledge about happening a dilemma, the group guru told his colleagues not to indulge in discussion with the prime minister as his intention is not good. All accepted his edict, but the most junior monk was not present and came late, and so he was unaware of the edict given. Competitive discussions took place between the monk and the Bali, who got defeated badly on every topic. He felt insulted in the presence of the public and he became very furious. Guru came to know about this event. He told the monk to go for penance under a tree in the forest to apologize. The monk followed the instruction, but Bali chased him under the dark cover of night and decided to chop off his head with a sword, but could not do so. Looking at his intention, the forest celestial being seized his movement. Both of them were standing as such till morning. All the public, including the king, saw this painful act, and the king expelled him from his reign. Seeing the audacity of Bali on the monk, the celestial being released his mantra back and both were in motion. But the king did not excuse him for the ill-treated act and expelled him and other aides from the Ujjaini. All monks stayed there for 3 to 4 months. The king and the public took care of them adequately. Chief Minister Bali and his aides left Ujjaini and proceeded toward Hastinapur, another strongest dynasty in the region. They met the king for eligible posts. Knowing his stature and aid, the king happily appointed him as his chief minister. Soon Bali got a chance to protect the life of the king during warfare, and he was given a boon for anything, but that was retained for an indefinite period. All the monks left Ujjaini for Hastinapur, and the same event was repeated at Hastinapur after their arrival. The king was very happy to learn the arrival of his brother's guru in his reign. The identical ways were performed, and the royal court was adjourned to visit them for blessing. Seeing this, Bali got agonized and thought of a relevant reply to them. Under the boon given, Bali asked the king for kingship for 10 days to govern. So the king left his place and seated at his palace. After taking on charge of the kingship of Hastinapur, Bali began to show his tight face. The Brahman could demand anything, and so the rain wealth was being squandered. The next day he instructed the concerned people to set a bundle of wood in a big quantity around the place of the monks. Fire the wood partially burned to create smoke for their miserable death. The public approached King Mahabdam for stopping Bali from the acts of misery killing them. The king was helpless because of the given boon, and he was sad. Muni Vishnu, who had renounced the worldly materials, was the elder brother of King Mahabdam, came to know by the other monk that his Guru Suvratacharya and his pupils are jeopardized. Muni Vishnu rushed to Hastinapur by air path and went straight to the palace. He scolded his brother for not taking care of Munis. The king requested his brother to rescue them. Muni Vishnu was a naked monk who got dressed in a Brahman appearance to beg from King Bali. Vishnu Muni in a dressed form was in the queue to beg for something. On his turn, Bali asked him, "What do you want? Will you fulfill my desire?" "Yes." "Demand for." "You pledge for the promise 3 times." "Okay, I pledge for the." Vishnu Muni Brahman asked for the land equivalent of his 3 steps, that much only, while murmuring so much. "Take it." Vishnu Brahman extended his body with his Labdhi power to the size of Sumeru Mount. He kept his first step on the Sumeru Mount and the second step on the Manusottar Mount, and where to keep my third step, as the whole land is covered. Lay down on the earth, so keep my third step on your head. Bali king laid down on the earth for the apologies and touched the feet of Vishnu Bhagwan, who returned to his original body form. This way, Muni Vishnu Bhagwan saved the group of Guru monks. Asked Bali to dismantle all you did and do the needful. Advised the masses the saving monks at any cost without fear. Take a pledge for their safety by tying the knot to each other every year. Vishnu Brahman bent his head to all monks and asked the Guru to give him a Diksha initiation. So became again a naked monk in the usual way, and then he left for his destination. All devotees served them well and brought them to a good state. A special kheer of sebi was served for an early recovery from their choked throat. Since then, it has become a tradition to prepare the sebi kheer on the day of Raksha Bandhan, and it's worth it. Bali king and his aides also changed themselves for the path of non-violence. Since at least several thousand years ago, Raksha Bandhan has been observed in memory of the occasion, which saw 700 monks rescued from the crisis. With time, it was viewed from a different perspective, since the dynasty was taken over by Muslim kings to protect women from their ill-gaze eyes. It has been seen over time from a different perspective. And to preserve peace among women, it has evolved into a festival for sisters and brothers. There are now many stories available, but the presented one here has a sense that you must explore.